What if the next Genshin Impact character was so strong that Hoyoverse would have to rethink how the game is balanced? Right now, a detailed kit leak for a character named Nicole is circulating across the community. It includes her abilities, her role in teams, and even potential mechanics that could completely change how some teams are played. Before we go any further, one important thing needs to be clear. None of this is officially confirmed. Everything here comes from community leaks and speculation, and things can always change before release. But the concepts being discussed are interesting enough that they're worth breaking down. So in this video we're going to walk through the rumored kit piece by piece, look at how it might actually work in combat, and talk about why players are both excited and worried about what a character like Nicole could mean for the future of the game. Nicole is connected to the Hexenzirkel in the lore, a mysterious group that already includes characters like Mona and Alice. Because of that connection, many players are expecting her to be a powerful support character rather than a main damage dealer. Based on the leaks, she seems designed to support the team rather than dominate the field herself. Instead of dealing huge damage, her job would be to make the rest of the team stronger and safer during combat. Think of her as the kind of character you swap in briefly, activate her abilities, and then swap out so your main DPS can take advantage of the buffs she provides. Her overall concept seems to revolve around two main ideas: improving team survivability and boosting overall team damage. If the leaks are accurate, Nicole's elemental skill would create a shield for the active character. That part isn't unusual on its own, but the interesting detail is that the shield appears to scale with Nicole's own stats, which means building her properly would directly strengthen the team's durability. Instead of being a small temporary barrier, the shield could become very durable when Nicole is built with strong stats. In practice, that means the team could absorb far more damage during a rotation, allowing your main damage dealer to stay on the field longer without interruption. For difficult content like Spiral Abyss, that kind of reliability can make a big difference. A strong shield allows players to focus on damage rotations instead of constantly worrying about incoming attacks. Another rumored mechanic suggests that Nicole may also provide additional defensive support through another ability that helps maintain protection or buffs for teammates while she is off the field. This would make her a support character who contributes even when she isn't actively on the field, something that many of the best supports in Genshin already do. Off-field utility like this is extremely valuable because it allows teams to maintain consistent buffs without interrupting the main damage rotation. But the defensive side of her kit is only part of the story. The real attention is coming from her potential buffing abilities. Leaks suggest that Nicole's burst could provide a strong attack boost to the entire team. Instead of buffing herself, the entire benefit would go directly to her teammates. This makes it clear that she's designed to function as a pure support character whose purpose is to amplify the damage of others. In many ways, this is why players are comparing her to Bennett. Bennett already provides one of the strongest attack buffs in the game, and any character that approaches that level of support immediately becomes a major discussion point. However, the difference here is that Nicole may combine strong buffs with defensive utility at the same time. That combination is what makes the idea so exciting for some players. A character who can strengthen the team's damage while also keeping them protected would naturally fit into many different team compositions. Because of her pyro element, players are already imagining how she might work in reaction-based teams. Vaporize teams, melt teams, and overload teams could all potentially benefit from a pyro support who provides buffs while enabling reactions. If her abilities truly reward teams that trigger reactions frequently, that could encourage new types of team compositions built around consistent elemental interactions. Another part of the discussion involves possible synergy with characters connected to the Hexenzirkel in the lore. Some leaks suggest that Nicole's abilities might interact differently depending on the characters present in the team. If that idea turns out to be true, it would introduce a completely new layer of team building strategy. However, that idea is also one of the most controversial aspects of the leak. Genshin has always allowed players to mix characters freely, and many players are cautious about mechanics that might push very specific team compositions. For now, it's best to treat that idea as speculation until more reliable information appears. Even without those extra mechanics, a pyro support with shielding and strong attack buffs would already be extremely valuable. Players are already discussing how she might work alongside popular damage dealers. Characters like Arlecchino, Hu Dao, and other pyro-focused damage dealers could potentially benefit from a support who strengthens their attack while keeping them protected. Reaction-based teams might also gain additional stability if Nicole's shield allows them to stay in combat longer without interruption. That combination of survivability and offensive support is exactly why the community reaction has been so strong. Some players are excited about the potential for new team strategies, while others are concerned about how powerful a character like this could become if the numbers are too high. Balancing a support character like Nicole would be extremely difficult. If her buffs are too small, she might feel underwhelming compared to existing supports. But if her buffs are too strong, she could easily become a character that appears in nearly every team. That delicate balance is something HoYoverse has always tried to manage carefully. For now, it's important to remember that everything we've discussed is still based on early leaks and community speculation. Until official information appears, the final version of the character could look very different. Still, leaks like this are always fun to analyze because they give us a glimpse into the types of ideas the developers might be exploring for future characters. So what do you think about the concept of Nicole? Would you want to see a support character with both strong buffs and defensive utility like this in the game? Or do you think a character like that could end up being too strong for the current balance? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'm really curious to hear what kind of teams you would build around her. And if you want to stay updated on future leaks, character breakdowns, and upcoming Genshin updates, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss the next video.